Well, I think probably the best way to start the show is with a guest that represents a very special part of America, the United States Army, Lieutenant Colonel Scott Morley, whose official title, by the way, is a battalion commander, right?
Yes, sir.
Stationed where?
Here in Phoenix.
Well, stationed here in Phoenix at?
Right off of Central Ave. North Central Ave and Indian School Road.
There was a military post there.
There is not. We're in an office building.
Well, I think that a lot of people need to be reminded every once in a while that it isn't necessarily a big base like Luke that has representatives of all of the military services here. Why the special feelings, though, about the July the 4th with most Americans?
I'd say the beauty of the 4th of July is our celebration of our independence. We threw off the binds of tyranny and oppression in order to pursue a life of liberty and happiness and the pursuit of excellence. And to celebrate those freedoms every July 4th, I think is something that makes this country special.
And it was a small country with just a few folks on the East Coast.
That's right.
Because there wasn't any West Coast at that time, at least that belonged to us. Do you see patriotism daily in your service? Now, how long have you been in?
Active as an officer for 19 years now.
Wow. I thank you for that.
That's right. Thank you.
Patriotism daily in the service?
Absolutely. It's hard to watch. I mean, this is a good problem to have when, in contrast to what happened after the Vietnam War, frankly, to walk around Phoenix, Arizona daily, the men and women who work with me in uniform, it's hard to make any step without someone walking up to you and thanking you for a service. And that's something that we never take for granted, something I never take for granted. Makes you proud. It makes you proud to be an American, makes you proud to take an oath to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Why do you think that transition took place? Because the Vietnam War wasn't that long ago, and the transition is so dramatic between then and now.
I think our country has matured in its view. We realize that our citizens realize that we are citizen soldiers. We follow the lead of our political leadership, and to be able to support our Declaration of Independence and our Constitution is something that we hold dear.
Where have you served?
I've been a lot of places. I'm on my 17th house in 19 years. I've lived in El Salvador. I've lived in Colombia in South America. I've served in Iraq. I've served in Afghanistan. I've been around the world quite a bit, and it's all because I got to wear this uniform for a living. It's
still hard to have family ties and be in the service of your country at the same time, isn't it?
It is. I benefit, and most of us benefit from loving homes, from parents and families who support us in our endeavors. It's hard to do without a strong spouse and nuclear family to support you to do what we're called to do.
I bring that up because so many times they're forgotten. We appreciate the fact that you're serving. We read the stories in the newspaper regularly about those locations under fire so many times, and we forget the fact that there are folks at home waiting for you to come home.
Yeah, that's right. The military spouse is a special being, and they deserve to be celebrated.
Before we have to say so long this time around, how does this particular holiday affect you personally?
I try to remember what our forefathers created. Our Declaration of Independence and our Constitution are something that makes this country extremely special. Probably my most memorable 4th of July was in Al-Anbar province of Iraq in 2003.
Wow.
And on the 4th of July, our artillery unit shot illumination rounds, so big lanterns attached to parachutes in celebration of our 4th of July, shooting them off into the desert sky to celebrate our country while we try to free the oppressed in another country. And that was something I'll never forget.
Well, I think probably that story is going to go through a lot of people's minds as they celebrate this holiday weekend. I thank you so much, Commander.